He won the election because of Hillary, because she actually assumed she won the election. But the only reason he won the Republican nomination because only more extreme people vote in primaries. On the other hand, let's look at a country where they have deficits, but they don't have a reserve currency. So let's see. Let me go to Fred again. Some of the historical data is easy to get from here. Let's see, current account deficits. Maybe South Africa. Oh, it's right there. Let's look at that as percent of GDP. Until relatively recently, the last 20 plus years, they had significant deficits. This is a percentage of their GDP. Only around here they had surpluses, and you may even guess why that is. If you know something minimal about South Africa, you can guess that. That's years 20 to 22, COVID years. What happened in COVID years? Gold and diamonds and precious metals gained quite a bit in value. And given that there was a general decline in economies, imports were not as much, so they had a surplus. So let's look at the South African rand. Let's do this from 2000. This is the value of one US dollar in South African rand. By the way, it has an abbreviation ZAR, or as Canadians would say, ZAR. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a trivia why that is not SAR. So back in 2005, it was 581. Now it's 18, went up by 3 times. Why? South African currency is not considered a major currency, and they don't get capital flows like US does. Let's look at Norwegian krone. When did they discover oil in North Sea for Norway? Oh, okay. It's been a while. Um, Danish. By the way, kroner literally means crowns. The single of kroner is krone. I know you don't. Uh, let me see. Oh, this is only a few years. Let's do since 2000. Well, it kind of doubled, but then it may be the case that either A, Norway has a current account deficit, which I doubt given how much oil exports they have, or B, uh, they have capital account deficit. I'm sure Norwegian sources has better data. Oh, we could look at. They actually had surpluses, which is not surprising given that Norway is a major U.S. major oil exporter. Again, Norway probably has a lot of reserves. I don't know if it's also called Riksbank in Norway. You may not see it much. If you want to get good balance of payments data, you can actually get it from IMF. So when you're going to do your countries, you got to look at these things. So you can actually get uh, data. They keep changing these things. I'll find it out for you guys. All right, let's stop here today. Uh, on Thursday, we're going to skip chapter 4. We're going to start with chapter 5, which is, let me show you the, come on. The homework will start after chapter 5. Come on. The market for foreign exchange. This is going to be your first one where you're going to do a homework. It's going to be simple. By the way, homeworks are based on groups. So I'm going to put you're 10 people, right? Uh, groups of 3. but one of the groups is going to be four. I'll do the allocation. Basically, I'll make sure that each of the groups has at least one finance major, and I'll allocate the rest. After I do it, if there's someone that you don't want to be working with, privately email me, unless you have no problem that person knowing that, then I can shift stuff around. I don't think it will be an issue. So read this chapter before you come. This is somewhat lengthy, so I'm going to spend two lectures on it. All right. We're going to talk about how exchange rates work. We briefly talked about how they're kind of quoted, but we'll go into more detail. See you guys Thursday.